Hey, Hidden Hollow Farm here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple tips that I have for Hay Day, and these span a range of different topics, so they're not all about one specific feature in the game. But the first couple are specifically on barn storage, and you might know some, but it's just good to reinforce the ideas anyway. So the first thing I have to say is always use your neighborhood members because you can really quickly give them stuff of yours that you can then buy back later. Next is on boats. Now, even if you fill up a couple crates, you'll be down maybe 5 or 10 items, and that's pretty significant if you're trying to shop inside other people's roadside shops, because 5 to 10 extra space can get you a ton of good items. And this would be before you run out of barn space, but if you can, I like to keep a stack of random items. Usually it's pancakes because you can pretty easily make them and get rid of them. And it's good because if you see something, let's say I wanted to buy this in the roadside shop and I have no space, I could come back here, sell those 10 pancakes, and then come back and buy it. It's just good to have a spare stack of just kind of junk that you can sell in bulk. And this next tip is about the fishing area. Everyone knows that or you should know that each fishing spot has different cooldown times. So you could fish here and then you'd have to wait 2 hours. Here you'd have to wait, I believe, 3, and so on and so forth. So, but that doesn't apply to the tackle boxes. The nets or the lobster traps. Now, those take a constant amount of time to get the lobster, no matter which spot you fish it in. So I suggest putting lobster trap and fishing nets in the worst fishing spots time-wise, because they'll take the same amount of time no matter where you put them, if that makes sense. Also, a lot of lower level farms tend to focus on expanding their farm, and that simply is not, you just don't need to do that because you don't need this space until you're at least level maybe 50 or above. So you need to focus on opening up all your fishing spots. As you can see, I've tried to open up a bunch of them. I still have some left, but you gotta be spending your marker stakes, deeds, and mallets on this area of the game, not your main farm. This next one is said time and time again, but you need to save your saws and axes for specifically dead bushes and trees, because as you can see here, I took out most of it, most of my entire farm area. I took it out with axes and saws, and then I realized that was a big mistake, and then I stopped, and you can see I have some over here that I decided not to take down. If you're going to use them on anything, do not use them on cutting down the natural trees. Just keep those and only spend them on bushes and trees. And lastly, as you can see, I have a bunch of bushes and, well, specifically trees, but I have bushes too. There's no point of asking to revive them if one of your derby members or neighborhood members doesn't have a task of reviving, because you might as well just save them, because right here you can see this is for 320 points for only 30, and I could easily get that on my farm. These tips might not have made complete sense, but I tried to explain them as best as I could, and hopefully you learned at least something. I'll make more like straightforward, maybe script some more videos in the future. Yeah, so I hope these helped, and I'll see you in my next video, so stay tuned.